Thank you very much. I'm a little confused myself. I've seen stacks, huge stacks of materials that have been submitted. And I don't know what's missing that you have access to that has been requested. Do you understand what's being requested, or?
We believe that we do, and we believe that we have complied with those requests to the best of our ability. EPA has provided thousands of pages of material that's been requested of us, and we've done it because we agree with this committee and its mission to ensure that we have sound science and transparency. That is a commitment of this agency, and we will fulfill that commitment.
Well, thank you. I'm really trying to follow the line of question of the chair to understand exactly what the real problem is. How do you interpret what the questions have been for your understanding, and what else do you think that can happen or can be given?
Well, we have provided the information. When we do rulemaking like National Ambient Air Quality Standards, we look at the thousands of peer-reviewed studies that are available to us. We also fund studies ourselves, and we conduct studies ourselves. When we fund those studies and the information and the data that we gather to fund those, we have to make sure now, under the Shelby Amendment, that that underlying data is available to us. We have done that. But there is much information that we look at that's peer-reviewed literature, which is really how science works, Ranking Member, is that we rely on rigorous peer review data. EPA relooks at that to make sure it's been peer-reviewed before we rely on it, but we don't have the wealth of data underneath all of the thousands of studies. But clearly researchers, including EPA, can enter into agreements to gather that data, but much of it ends up being confidential or private. And we have obligations under other statutes as well as OMB guidance to protect that privacy. In the case of the National Ambient Air Quality Standards, we have the data on air quality, we have the data on deaths. What we don't have available to us with the full breadth of raw data is the cohort data, which really follows individuals. So when we have that data, we have to protect it, but we don't need to see the wealth of raw data under every study to know that it's been rigorously peer-reviewed and we can rely on it for our decision-making.
Has there ever been a time when the Congress has requested raw data or is this a unique time?
We did actually face similar questioning, frankly, about the exact same issues, the PM studies, the particulate matter studies from Harvard University and from American Cancer Society. And we were asked similar questions back in the early 90s, is my understanding, and we funded through a contractor 30 researchers to look for 3 years at all of that underlying data. They had available to us because they could enter into a confidential contract with the researchers to access that data so the private information was protected. They did a complete reanalysis of that data and the methodologies used, and they came out with the same types of conclusions. So we have verified, even with that underlying data available, that these are studies that can be relied on. These are, in fact, studies that the world relies on, not just EPA. They're well done, they're credible, and they have not changed their methodology substantially since the last time we even looked at the raw data. So we're very confident in the underlying science and that we've done the right thing and paid attention to that, which is what EPA is supposed to do.
Thank you very much.